Greetings and welcome to the TacTaco. What's the TacTaco? Well, it's one of my little EDC pouches that I use to carry my bits and bobs when I'm out and about. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down, let you know what's in it, kind of give you a background of how I put it together, and let's get into it. Holding the thing all together is this little elastic strap. This is made by TacTaco. This actually came with a towel that I bought from them. There were basically two of these holding the towel together. I took one of them, flipped it around inside out because I like the color better that way. Happened to be the right size to hold this all together. I'm gonna sit that over there. Next, we got this guy. What is it? Is it a really colorful yarmulke? Nope. It is a flying disc, or a frisbee as people like to call them, although that's a trademark name. This one is made by Pocket Disc. You can get these at pocketdisc.com. I bought this at a little, I think it was an antique store in Atlanta a few years back. I really like the colors on it. It's really great if you got a friend, you're stuck somewhere, need something to do, you can throw it around. The nice thing is, because it's soft and it's crocheted, you can throw this around in a house and not really worried about breaking anything, which is pretty cool. Next, we got the taco itself. So I've seen these things called different names. Most commonly, I've seen them called a watch taco because it's kind of shaped like a taco. And a lot of times when you buy certain kinds of I don't know, more tactical, themed watches, especially from Maritac and brands like that, they'll come in one of these. I think this is actually called a pickpocket case. I don't think they make this one anymore. This is the canvas one. The ones that I've seen lately are more like a neoprene material. So anyway, good luck trying to find one. This little patch here did not come on it. I added this on. This is in honor of my dad, who used to work for Ryder when I was a kid, and I actually bought this patch at a yard sale in New Orleans, which was pretty cool, and I glued it on here. This little guy, pair of Maritac medical shears, really small version, really handy, super light, super easy, nice little action on them, great for cutting things, especially if you're cutting material that has to kind of lay flat, because of the angle kind of makes it really nice to cut across things like that. Super handy. This little pull here did not come with the watch taco. I added that on. I can't remember if I made this or if I bought it. I'm not sure, but it's basically micro paracord with a bunch of snake knots and a little tiny, I think this is a faux monkey fist at the end here. Makes it really easy to open it up. So, what's inside it? Well, let's find out. I got all kinds of stuff. I'm going to start with this guy. Classic Snow Peak titanium spork. Super, super handy. You can use it to eat soup. You can use it to eat ramen. You can eat practically anything with this. Did not come with this little bit right here. This is a piece of faux carbon fiber tape. I believe I got this from one of my bike mechanics back in the day, and I added it on here for a couple of reasons. Gives you a little bit of texture, gives you a grip surface, protects you from heat a little bit, and you know what, it just looks cool, so I like it. Set that over there. Now, to go along with your titanium spork, guess what? Titanium butter knife. That's right. This one is made by Tokes, and again, it did not come with this little bit here. This is the same faux carbon fiber tape that I put on here. Gives you a little bit of grip surface. Very, very mildly protects you from heat. Although in general, titanium doesn't conduct heat all that much, so you're not going to have to worry about it all that much. But it helps a little bit if you're doing something that involves heat. It helps a little bit. I'm going to set that here. Now, this guy originally came in this little bag, and you can see it says Tokes on here, but I thought it was kind of silly to have a butter knife inside of a bag, so I actually used this bag for something different. I'm going to show you what it is. I think it's kind of cool that they use this little titanium foot as the catch for the drawstring here. Open this guy up. What's inside? It's a pair of earbuds. So these are the Sound Magic E10C. Not sure they still make these, but really solid pair of analog earbuds. Yeah, I know it's 2020, but some of us still do use phones with headphone jacks. I've got an old iPhone SE that I use as my daily driver, and you know what? Sound quality's better. Don't have to worry about batteries running out on your Bluetooth earbuds. It's got a really good mic, really nice sound. I actually picked these up in London. I was there a couple years ago, and my regular earbuds I had, I can't remember which ones they were, but I broke them doing something dumb. And so I went to the UK equivalent of Radio Shack and picked these up. I think they were about 50 pounds, which is probably a little expensive these days. I think last I checked, I think you can get these around 35 bucks US on Amazon. If they even still make them, I'm not entirely sure. All right, next we got this little bottle opener. This one's made by Exotic Dream. You can find them on Amazon. I made this little, again, little snake knot piece of micro paracord just to give it something to pull it with or hang it by. Really lightweight. It's aluminum. Nice smooth finish on it. Put that right there. Next, got a couple pieces of gum. So I used to be a really big gum chewer. I'm not as much anymore because I've been having issues with my jaw lately. It's probably TMJ or something. But years ago, I used to chew gum all the time, and anytime I'd come to the last piece of gum in the pack, I would go ahead and cut it out of the pack and round off the corners so they weren't real sharp, and I would just throw them in one of my EDC kits. Why? Because you never know when you're out somewhere, maybe you just ate some garlic ice cream, your breath's not doing too good, and it's always nice to have a spare piece of gum on you. So that's what that is. Next, we got this little guy. This is a little piece of, I think this is aluminum. I have no idea where you can actually buy this. This is actually a very specialized tool. So I work in the data center industry, more or less, and when you rack data center equipment into a cabinet, you use these little things called cage nuts. It's a very special little nut that has 2 springs on either side, and this little tool will usually come with a pack of nuts or some tool similar to this. And this is used to basically pull the spring through the hole in the cabinet to get the nut into the hole, basically. Now, I don't actually really do that kind of work so much anymore myself, but this thing is really handy. It's got this little hook right here. You can do all sorts of stuff with this. It's got this little bend that makes it really ergonomic. You can use this for digging, scraping, all sorts of stuff. Next, we got a little bundle of zip ties. These are the very small ones. These are super handy. Like they say, you can fix anything with duct tape. Well, if you can't fix it with duct tape, you can fix it with zip ties. I don't know if everybody knows this, but the black zip ties actually are UV resistant, whereas the white ones are not. So if you're fixing anything that's going to be out in the sun, you want to use the black ones, not the white ones. All right, next, good old Bic lighter. Yes, it does work. Nice. So I just really like the color on this one. It kind of matches this little strap over here. That's why I have that one in there. These are really handy, not just for smoking. You can use them for finishing off anything you make out of paracord. You can do all sorts of stuff with them. Start bonfires, who knows. Now, something similar to this tool right here. I got something similar to it in here. Now, this one, instead of aluminum, is made out of titanium. This is the Norton's UCS, which means Universal Cleaning Stick. This is actually a military tool. It's typically used to clean firearms and stuff like that, but I use it for all sorts of things. You can use this as a slotted screwdriver. This little edge right here is actually pretty sharp. You can actually open a box with this. This little end right here, you can actually use almost kind of like a teaspoon. Like if you're measuring something out, you can kind of use it to move fine powder, that kind of thing. Super, super handy. I don't think they make this version anymore. Last I checked, the one that they have online is the one where it curves at the end. So good luck finding this one. Now, along with it, in this same little inner spine pocket here, we got the Kent Saw Cut Slim Jim. So I was turned on to Kent by a friend of mine. He gave me a folding version of one of these that I loved. I just love these combs. I'm not sure what the heck they're made out of, some type of see-through translucent plastic. But they're always this color. They always have this nice, they are handmade, which is cool. They have this nice gold leaf applique on them that I just think is really cool. So I'll typically use this as like a beard comb, mustache comb. In a pinch, I can use it to comb my hair, but typically it's just kind of an emergency thing. Put that over there. What's next? All right, we got the Statler Permanent Lumacolor. What is this? Actually, I don't know if you can see this, but it's actually curved. It's been in here so long in this position that the pen is actually curved. So what this is a fine. This one is the F. There's different versions of these. This one is the fine tip. So basically, this is a very fine tip permanent pen. So think of it as like a Sharpie, but very fine point. Super, super handy for all sorts of things, labeling things, you name it. I'm gonna put it down here actually. All right, next we got this guy. I have used this pen so long that the writing has all rubbed off on it. I know it's made by Oto out of Japan. I'm not sure which model this is. I think I got this off a mass drop, and I did a quick search and I couldn't find this particular pen, but you know, look around. All their stuff is pretty good. It's got a nice action on it. I don't typically like ballpoint pens, but sometimes they come in super handy, especially if you gotta sign something that's got a carbon copy, you know, and you need that pressure, you know, it comes in handy every now and then. I'll put that down here. Oops. All right, what's next? So, no EDC is complete without a knife. And this little guy, it's not made of titanium, but it looks like titanium. It's steel. It just happens to be bead blasted, so it kind of matches some of the other titanium bits in here. This is the CRKT H.U.G, H.U.G. Can't remember what that stands for. These acronyms always stand for something. This one is designed by Ed Halligan, rest in peace. He is my favorite knife designer of all time. This is part of my Ed Halligan mini collection. I think I have 4 knives that he's designed, maybe 5. I really like this thing. I love this little geared, I don't know if it's geared, but this little knurled bit that's in here with this little, I guess copper, it might be copper or brass screw. It's a really cool little knife. It's got a really nice action on it. Really ergonomic with this little curved piece of clip that you can stick your finger in. And yeah, it's small, but you know, sometimes you just need to open a box or do something simple, and that's what it's there for. All right, last piece of kit. Go ahead and get it out of here. So this guy is a titanium whistle. I'll demonstrate it for you in a minute here. I added this little kind of lanyard keeper thing on here. This actually unclips. You can attach this to like a little piece of strap. I don't have it on anything right now. I just more or less have it on there as a charm, but if I wanted to attach it to something, I could do that. But for now, it's just sort of, it's really just a way to because I kind of keep it tucked down in here, it's really just a way to pull it out. But here, I'll give you a demonstration of what it sounds like. Pretty loud. If you're stuck somewhere, you need to get somebody's attention, this thing will do it. And that's about it. Nothing else in there. that is the TacTaco. So I'm going to put links to all of these items in the description. Some of this stuff you can't buy, but I'll put as best a description as I can in there. Let me know what you think. What kind of unique EDC kits have you put together? Let me know.